us pilgrims. Secondly, silence guards the fire within. Thirdly, silence teaches us to speak. Henry Nouwen. When I was a little girl, I loved watching the shadows dance along the walls of my bedroom. You might think they were the arms of a willow tree gently swaying across my window in the breeze. But the shadows that fluttered like an old silent movie reel, in fact, came from the headlights of cars streaming behind our two-bedroom duplex. Sometimes, after reading late into the night, I'd walk on my lumpy mattress over to the window, pull back the curtains, stand there pressed up close, and with my breath fogging the window pane, I would look for the glow of the moonlight. I'd find that moon somewhere in the arc of its ascent into the skies. If it was a clear night, I'd see a star, maybe two. In that hushed moment, I felt something beautiful, peaceful. I know beauty isn't usually considered to be a feeling, but that's how it seemed to me. Sometimes a song would come to my mind, and I'd sing it softly. Most of the time I'd rest there, staring into the night, dark as molasses, stretched across the heavens until the stars twinkled back. Something about that quiet moment made me feel close to God. Whatever was bothering me or made me happy would spill out. I would confide to God about what happened during the day. I would share my most hidden thoughts and dreams, fears and worries. In the stillness of a hushed conversation, prompted by seeing the beauty of the stars twinkling in the night sky, God would soothe my heart with words of love and peace, God's whispers of rest. New journey of the heart. I didn't know then, as a child, that something as ordinary as seeing the moon through my window would become an anchor to my soul later on. When I became an adult, and my world became overrun by stress and anxiety, I struggled to sleep and felt a weariness I couldn't shake. My heart felt restless and tossed by a sea of critical voices, paralyzed by overanalyzing and second-guessing myself. I lost my spark. I lost the spring in my step and the song in my heart. Peace and joy were missing. I was surviving and competent, but deep in my soul I felt tired and uninspired. I knew life was supposed to be beautiful because God loved me, but I didn't feel like life was beautiful, even though I was thankful for everything God had done in my life. Losing my joy made me feel ashamed, until God's whispers of rest loved me back to life. God wasn't ashamed of my need. He understood my longing for beauty, peace, and intimacy. And God understands your heart too. Eventually, when my boys were still young, I sought the help of a Christian therapist to navigate the mysteries of my soul and my story. And I began a new journey of the heart, and was at last able to hear God's whispers of love and peace again. Finding your spark, God's beloved. To heal, I uncovered some painful memories, but some of the most beautiful moments in my life also returned to me in the process. Times when I felt most powerfully touched by God's presence. Whenever I felt emotionally overwhelmed, I would think back on those moments, and God's words would bring me back to a place of love and peace. This book is a collection of God's most beautiful whispers of rest, uncovered during my 3-year journey. Using this guidebook, you will experience greater peace and discover who God truly made you to be, His beloved. You will hear God's voice in new ways, experience His love more intimately, and revitalize your soul using simple tools of soul care to refresh your body and spirit. You will find your voice, rediscover your dreams, and find your